Slides do appear, flash them up and give me a clue. If they don't, we decided we're going to present unplugged if we don't have any technology today. So I'm going to ask you a question this morning. The top 25 most influential people on the internet. It's just been published by Business Week. Now Rupert Murdoch is on the list. Who knows Rupert Murdoch? Come on, I'll get some interactivity. Right. If you had to pick one person on that list as the publisher to go alongside Rupert Murdoch, who would you pick? Now, I'm not going to go on until I get at least one answer. Who would you choose on the list of the top 25 most influential people on the internet? Rupert Murdoch's already on the list and it's not him. And you've got to choose someone to put down as the publisher. Who are we going to put there? Ariane Huffington, very good. Very high profile, high traffic blogger, but it's not her. Bing. Can I push a button to go to the next slide? Can you press the slides? There he is. Matt Mullenweg. Now, Matt Mullenweg is the guy who sort of founded WordPress. WordPress is a blogging platform. Matt Mullenweg's WordPress gets around about 103 million unique visitors a month, according to Business Week. They're wrong, because Matt actually says it's around about 184 million a month at the moment. How big an audience is 184 million people a month? Publishing online matters. Matt is mentioned as the publisher because blogging matters for publishing. And I want to try and dispel a few preconceptions that I see come up, and I don't think all of you in this room have them, but I've seen them enough. And I used to work with big companies. I used to work for IBM. We used to deliver solutions for large companies, sales and marketing, back office, you name it. And now I work with small companies. But I see what goes on. There's a bit of a divide. Big companies think blogging is, well, who wants to have a crack at what blogging is? You know, make yourself a bit more human, do a Robert Scoble, make Microsoft look sort of a bit more friendly and open. Watch out though, you don't get sort of unattributed comments appearing there and that you sort of don't have it in control. You're worried about blogging because you don't have control. I think that's really pretty irrelevant. Big companies, as well as little companies, need to understand that blogging is just a tool. Now, it's a really powerful, really useful tool when it's used as part of your marketing arsenal. And we've now got 3 tools. Advertising and PR have been probably 2 of the biggest tools in our marketing arsenal, haven't they? We structure our services around advertising and PR. But I want to say that I think there is a third arm. There is a third sort of arrow in your quiver. And it's about having a direct conversation with your prospective customer, not a mediated one. The first 2 channels are mediated. Rupert Murdoch has got inventory and I can pay to advertise to reach that audience through his advertising channels. Fairfax has an audience. I can reach them if I get good enough to get my PR message through to them. But I'm just reaching a mediated audience. But I can publish a website, I can publish a blog and speak directly to my customers. It's quite different. One of our clients most recently, a tourism client, Alida and Roderick Woodland, who run Diggers Rest Station. Does anyone know about Diggers Rest Station? Do you know why it's important? I'm not allowed to say if I've spoken to you before in the break. It was one of the locations for Baz Luhrmann's Australia. It was shot there. For about 10 days, there was this tent city. Now, Roderick and Alida run a small station. They don't have a big marketing budget. They probably couldn't afford to hire big budget advertising. They couldn't afford to be part of the Tourism Australia campaign. But you watch, when people start talking about the locations, they've got an equal voice because they can publish on the internet, they can talk directly, they can tell their story. Now, if I say that blogs are really just a way of helping tell a story online, talking directly to prospective customers, who's involved in the business of telling stories? Through advertising or PR. Can we have a show of hands on that? Lots of us. And all of a sudden, Matt Mullenweg Do you know how much Matt Mullenweg's software costs? It's free. It's open source. Open source. You can start your own WordPress blog tomorrow and publish. And you can get a big audience, just like the Huffington site does. So, conversation, a direct conversation with your audience, is one of the big new tools of marketing. And when you talk about online marketing, that's what we're really thinking about. We're not saying let's not advertise or let's not sort of do any PR anymore. Of course, that still happens. But what is your strategy for marketing online and talking directly to your prospects? Do you want to tell your clients that doesn't matter? We can talk directly to your prospects. We're not going to. We don't need to. You need a strategy here to stay relevant, to help your customers get what they need. All right. That is a blog. It's actually a website, and I've chosen this one because it's actually a West Australian client of ours. Does anyone know what an ocularist is? They manufacture artificial eyes. So if you lose an eye through accident, cancer, and you need a new eye, they will make you one. If you need an ocularist, you'll learn all about them quickly. Right? Paul and Jenny went from being a West Perth-based business to being a global business within about the space of about 9 months. And they'd been on the web for many, many years. But when they launched their blog, everything changed, not overnight. And I want to tell you a bit about why it changed, because this actually matters for big business as well as small business. It matters for big businesses in the way they communicate with their prospects as well as small. So, does that look like a website to you? It's a website. But can you see how in the blog at the top it's got driving blind, it's got a date line from Jenny. A blog just lets you post something on a particular day, and it's typically a lot more personal and conversational. If you can read that, Jenny's talking about buying a new car, she can't reverse in it, and she's wondering how someone with one eye could do that. Interestingly, people contacted Jenny after this and they said they actually cancelled orders for new cars. She got those messages from around the world. So that's what a blog looks like. It doesn't have to be what you might think of being the cliche blog, which is someone just getting out and typing about what their cat did on the weekend. Right? That's a cat blog, not necessarily relevant for business. So, 4 points I'd like to make about blogs. Can you hear me down the back when I just speak? No? Yes? Yes. 4 points I'd like to make about blogs, about why they're useful for business. Now you can use blogs in many, many different ways. I'm talking specifically about using them as a marketing tool. How do you make them work for business as a marketing tool? They work when they are personal. Put brochures online, for sure, when you need a brochure. But if you want to use the opportunity to speak with someone, to tell a story, people love connecting with people and talking about stories with them. Using a blog lets you be personal. Put a name there. Don't make it the editor. Make it personal. Alida from Diggers Rest, you can go to her website and you can comment on her post about the waterholes. She's posted a beautiful picture of a waterhole which is perfectly round because one of the bombs hit there when the Japanese were bombing Wyndham. Did you know Wyndham was bombed by the Japanese? Not many people do, but she's showing a waterhole there. Beautifully ties in with Nicole Kidman's comment about waterholes being fertility symbols. Alida's making a personal point. Your blog lets you connect with people personally. They're conversational, and that's important because it invites people back. Who's launched direct response campaigns wanting people to fill out a coupon or sort of get back? We want response. Blogs are natural. They've got technology designed to make the conversation happen for you. Conversational means someone can comment on your site. Conversational means people can actually comment about you on their site.